Did you know that the king of Egypt sits on a throne? Behind him are stone gods, while the people build pyramids. Thousands of years ago, the pharaohs of Egypt ruled over the richest and most powerful empire in the world. They lived in palaces made of gold and precious stones, and when they died, they were mummified and buried in huge pyramids. But it wasn't just the pharaohs who were important. The Egyptians believed that their gods were also very powerful. In fact, they built giant statues of them to show how big and strong they were. Some of these statues were over 30 feet tall and weighed more than 20 tons. The Egyptians had many different gods, but some of the most popular ones were Ra, the sun god, Anubis, the god of the dead, and Osiris, the god of the Nile River. The Egyptians worshipped these gods because they helped them in their everyday lives. Ra gave them light and heat, Anubis guided the dead to the afterlife, and Osiris helped the Egyptians grow crops and raise cattle. The Egyptians believed that if they built huge statues of these gods, they would be even more powerful. So they used giant blocks of stone to create these massive monuments. They would carve the gods' faces into the stone and then paint them with bright colors. But the Egyptians didn't just build these statues for their gods. They also built them for themselves. The pharaohs wanted to look like gods to their people, so they had giant statues of themselves built all over the empire. These statues were usually placed in front of the pyramids, where everyone could see them. The Egyptians believed that if you looked at a statue of a pharaoh, you were looking at a god. So the pharaohs used this to their advantage. They dressed like gods and had statues made of themselves holding the symbols of power. This made the people see them as gods rather than as human beings. As you can see, the Egyptians loved to make their gods bigger than life. They built huge statues of them to show how powerful and important they were. But the Egyptians also built these statues for themselves so they could look like gods to their people. Now you know why the king of Egypt sits on a throne made of gold and precious stones, while the people build pyramids as big as mountains. It's all about power and looking like a god. If you want to learn more about ancient Egypt, stay tuned for more videos. We'll bring the history of this amazing empire to life, and you can be part of it. Don't forget to subscribe. Thanks for watching. See you next time.